Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube live session. Um, Actually, I'm doing this live session with new setup. Yesterday I tried to test it, but I found some difficulties. Okay, so I updated the OBS software and I added some filters to avoid the noise problem. Okay, so can you first just let me know whether the audio is clear? Okay, just I will type it through the chat window also. 1 second. And this YouTube live that panel is saying that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, so if you are facing any major difficulty in viewing the streaming, okay, just let me know so that I will stop it and start it again. Okay, so if I'm not getting any message I will just continue it. Okay, so in that OBS software, it is saying that streaming is good. Okay, so it's showing in the green color. Okay, so I will continue it, but in the YouTube live control panel, it's saying some problem with the streaming. Okay, just I will continue it, and if there are any major problem, I will stop it. Okay, so basically this live session is just for starting this series of live sessions I am planning to do in the coming days. Okay, so my plans, like I was exploring various options, like doing lives about emerging technologies and talking about my other experiences in doing online business and doing software development, that kind of stuff. Okay, so finally I decided to focus more on explaining about emerging technologies. But before talking more about emerging technologies, I want to make sure that I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert in any particular emerging technology field. Okay, so I'm just my background is I'm a software engineer. Okay, so basically I worked for more than 20 years in that field in various companies, and I did lot of freelance work also. Okay, that's what my background. So then you may ask me, like, why then I am focusing on emerging technologies. First let me explain that part. Okay, so I already explained in some other videos when I was doing the live very long back. So that time my plans got changed. So again I will explain the same thing now. Emerging technologies, or we can call it as exponential technologies, because that kind of technologies are growing exponentially, not like linear. Okay, so their growth may be very slow at this point, but suddenly they will be start showing a lot of improvements. Okay, and they will be impacting various things, business perspective and social perspectives, like they will create a lot of impact. Okay, so there are various industrial revolutions. The first industrial revolution was about steam engines, other things that made a lot of changes, like that time, before that industrial revolution, first industrial revolution, all the products were made from home, so very small scale manufacturing, and that is steam engine invention completely changed everything. That manufacturing, that concept is moved to factories. The concept of factories came. Okay, that's the first industrial revolution. And again, next thing is electrical. So invention of electric current and related appliances made a lot of changes. Okay, And whenever we are talking about technical changes, it used to make a lot of changes in the social perspective also. Okay. And the third thing is, or current thing is, like computer or internet or mobile, that kind of digital technologies. Okay. And the upcoming emerging technology is some of them are naming it as industrial revolution, fourth industrial revolution. Some of them are calling it as system biology. A lot of people are giving different name. Okay, so generally I'm naming it as emerging technologies, okay, or exponential technologies. Mostly I'm calling it emerging technologies. Okay. A lot of technologies are we can consider them as emerging technologies. Okay. Like CRISPR gene editing. Gene editing was there, it was not new one, but that invention of CRISPR tool or any similar tools made a lot of impact. Previously the scientists should be very expert in doing any kind of gene editing. Okay, only very few people can do that, but because of these new tools like CRISPR, anyone with some basic knowledge about gene editing will be able to do it very easily. That's a major change. Okay. And robotics, like artificial intelligence and cyber, that kind of inventions, and a lot of things are there. I will be talking about one by one. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say that in the series of live sessions I'm planning to talk about those technologies. Okay. And again, I'm not expert in any technologies. Then again I will explain the reason why I am talking about it. Okay. So when I started my YouTube channel, I thought of focusing on software development kind of stuff, adding tutorials and promoting my products through this channel. But I observed that a lot of tutorial videos were there, and they are very good only. Okay, so I'm not going to add any new content. Okay. And I noticed that there is a huge gap between inventions made by scientists and the business picking up those inventions. Okay, so for example, if there are some inventions happening this year, most probably that will come to the market after many years only. It may take 4 years or 5 years. That is a huge problem I noticed. Okay, so I thought of putting my efforts to bridge that gap. Okay, so and again I noticed that scientist community is our universities and research communities are working in different way. Business people are working in different way. Okay. If there are any new invention coming into business field, there will be a lot of competitors will be starting or start doing the same product or services. Okay. But mostly no one is taking efforts to invent new product. I mean, they need not invent from scratch, but they have to explore the high demand product from the current research projects. Okay, I'm finding that gap. So what I'm saying, trying to say it, the gap can be filled by people like myself, because even if there are scientists are trying to do these kind of things, it may not work with business people. If business people are trying to take initiative, I'm not sure whether it will be that much successful. Okay, that is the reason I'm not seeing any this kind of YouTube channels or any kind of websites. Some websites and channels are there, but they are very few. There is no competition. So I switched from my previous plan of adding software tutorials into adding technology news, especially emerging technology news. Okay, so I found it very easy to get users and subscribers for this channel comparing to my other efforts. Okay, I had a lot of other websites, but I've realized recognized that running this kind of channel or any website is very useful to both scientists as well as for business, and in the long run for all the people. Okay, so it will give some kind of satisfaction even if I am not successful from business perspective. Definitely doing this kind of stuff is giving daily work satisfaction. Okay, that is one reason. And I believe that focusing on emerging technologies will give a lot of business perspective benefits also. Let me explain this with my own experience. Okay, 1 second, I will check the control panel. It is saying warning as check the video resolution. Okay, current resolution which is not optimal. 1 second, I will check. Okay, and let me continue that. So suppose if anyone is complaining about the resolution problem, I will check it. Okay, otherwise I will be just continue doing this. Okay, okay, so as I said, I will be sharing my own experience for explaining the reason for choosing this one. Okay, okay. Okay. Actually, I was doing a lot of software development and developing a lot of websites. Okay, I put a lot of efforts to promote them also, but I found very little success. I found very difficulty in succeeding with those efforts. But I just noticed that I was talking about the year in like 2009-10, that time, 10 years ago. Okay, and that time I felt comfortable in running YouTube channel, because if I am putting the same effort in developing website content, comparing to that effort, just adding video and promoting that video content was very easy that time. I just thought about why it's happening like that. Okay, and then I realized that okay, whenever we start doing any kind of new or whenever we explore any new stuff, it will be easy. That's what I realized. Because I put a lot of effort in doing software development and promoting that activity and supporting the clients, but I couldn't compete with already existing major companies. Okay, even if I am coding less, they will be the clients will be most of the people will be willing to outsource to the big companies. Okay, that was the common attitude of any business. Okay, and from employees perspective also, employees are interested to work with some branded companies only. Okay, but if we study the history of that kind of branded companies, they started very small scale only. Okay, but at the time that software development or IT industry, that was a booming time. Okay, so my understanding is whatever we do with any kind of emerging technology, it will be very easy to progress. We may not be seeing the progress immediately, but in the long run, it's definitely we will be seeing the progress or improvement. That's what I was realized that time. Okay, so I decided to focus more on this kind of stuff. Okay, running YouTube channel to give news about emerging technologies, and running website. I'm running a website named r2z.org for giving news. Okay, and whatever I experienced, I believe that it will be applicable for any business. Okay, say for example, if someone is going to start a new business, knowing some kind of awareness about emerging technologies will be surely useful to the business people. Say for example, if some business will be doing very good at this time, but because of emerging technologies, that business will be absolute in few years because of new emerging technologies. Say for example, if CRISPR gene editing is successful, then most of the medical related industries will be seeing huge loss. Okay, even some people are saying that many hospitals needs to be closed. Okay, that is a different story, but generally, if any kind of new business is coming, surely the old businesses will be going out. Okay, we can easily understand this. When the printer was invented, all the content or knowledge of the people are printed as books, right? But in some time later, that books are converted into digital content. Okay, and then mobile apps came, so the same content is put into the mobile apps. Okay, so whenever the new technology is coming, the old technology related businesses are going down. So obviously we are seeing that thing. Lot of printer companies are getting closed, and similarly in case of photography, because of this camera, mobiles and other stuff, that digital photography industry is also seeing setbacks. Okay, so it's a very obvious thing. Whenever new technology is coming, the old technology related businesses will be going down. Okay, it's a very straightforward thing. So if you are doing some kind of business, it is better to understand the things about emerging technologies. That is one reason. So whenever we talk about emerging technologies, it will be very useful for the business people. And apart from that, if you are a investor investing in stock markets, so again it will be useful for you if you are aware of emerging technologies. Okay, again it will be also in two perspectives. One is if you are investing in any business, if you know about alternative emerging technologies, you can understand the real worth of that business, whether it will be worth after 2-3 years, or that kind of knowledge. Okay, That is one perspective. Another thing is, if you are going to invest newly, you can invest in the emerging technologies, okay, but we cannot blindly say that all the technologies will be booming in the coming days. Some technologies will be vanishing, some technologies will be taking a lot of time to come into the market, okay, that stuff there. So if you are having some basic knowledge about that, that will be useful, okay. I'm just trying to explore all that kind of knowledge only. I'm not going to learn about any science behind that kind of technologies, or any actual market or business demand, okay. So my area of interest is just knowing about all the happenings in the latest technologies, and just sharing my understanding to the business people. That's what my knowledge. And again, if you are a scientist, again my channel will be useful for you. Let me explain, okay. So if you are doing some invention by putting a lot of efforts, if no one is going to notice that, it is difficult for you to get investment for your project, or funding, or any kind of exposure for your product, okay. So you may get some exposure from this channel, because I'm trying to make familiarize, promote this channel to the potential business people, okay. Right now I'm not doing anything. Whatever traffic currently I'm getting is mostly from organic only, but in the future I am planning to do a lot of activities to basically to connect the scientists and business people. That's the goal of my initiative, okay. So for that purpose I am planning to continuously do this kind of live sessions for various reasons. One is just to share my understanding about emerging technologies, and to reach scientists and business people, okay. In the future I am planning to systematically connect them through some kind of apps or website, because since I'm having experience in software development, I'm exploring that option also. So what I'm trying to say is, I am slowly transitioning from my career from software development into the emerging technology consultant kind of stuff, okay. So for that, as a first step, I'm going to develop this YouTube channel and promote it among scientists and business people, and just connecting them through this kind of live session, or through comments, or any kind of some events. So with simple steps, if it is going successful, I will be doing in a systematic way, okay. But for this year I am planning to do it in this kind of live session, and simple events, or some kind of connecting through some kind of simple applications, okay. Already I developed a business codes app, okay. So I will be exploring options to add new features to that app, okay. That's my plan for this initiative, okay. Okay. So if you are a scientist, just share your details so that I can contact to know about your inventions. If I find suitable, I will give news about your product, okay. That is for scientists. For business people, as I said, I will be taking initiative to connect with scientists, okay. As a first step, I'm just going to use this channel, so actively add comments. Okay, I'm just seeing some comments. Some people are asking some product price and release date, other things, but currently I'm not doing anything. But in the future, if that kind of comments are pouring in, I'm planning to compile all the comments and send it to the actual inventors to get the replies, and I will be sharing the reply through these kind of live sessions and other channels. Okay, I mean chatting or commenting, that kind of approaches. Okay, in the future, as I said, I will be systematically developing some kind of application. Okay, so I'm expecting some inputs, suggestions for developing that kind of software. Okay, but I'm planning to do it the next year only, but this year I will be doing through this YouTube channel. Okay, that's what my thinking. Okay. So okay, so the Steam status is good only. I will continue. Okay, okay. First, let me just share my experience about emerging technologies. Okay, based on my news collection activities, I believe the following technologies will be taking part in the coming days. Okay, I mean they will be having good chances to change the life of the people. Okay, one is CRISPR gene editing. Okay, gene editing, I'm not having any knowledge about the technology or the field. Okay, but by going through various articles and by going through the press releases, I believe it is having very huge potential to change the society completely. Okay, so if everything is going smoothly based on the expectation of the experts in that field, we will be seeing the entire change in the medical field. Most of the hospitals may be getting closed. Okay, and people will be looking for the treatments through gene editing. Already I added a lot of videos. You can go through the health section of that playlist. Okay, you will be coming to know about the various progress in the CRISPR gene editing field. But one problem is that the gene editing is not officially recognized by any government. Okay, so I mean they may be allowing some kind of invention, but some researchers are restricted. Okay, but my understanding is some kind of scientists are still continuing that kind of research. So but if they are doing that kind of research, means definitely it will be coming out one day, whether the government is recognizing it or not. It will be the standard in the future. Okay, so what I'm thinking is surely that will give a lot of change. Okay, but already I uploaded many videos like creating pics with desired quality using gene editing, and even recently I uploaded one video talking about CRISPR gene editing used in like COVID-19 testing also. Okay, so a lot of stuff are there, but maybe I will be talking about in separate session entirely. After getting prepared with this, I will go through all the previous videos, and I will go through the by showing that videos, okay. Because today when I tested that screen sharing option, I noticed some problem with the OBS software, okay. So today I'm not going to do that, but in coming days I will be doing, okay. So basically that gene editing tools like CRISPR are having huge potential, okay. I already started seeing a lot of advertisements. Whenever I search the CRISPR in the Google or any kind of search engine, I'm seeing a lot of advertisements. So a lot of people are trying to get into that field, and they're not having any product, they're not having any kind of thing, but still to create the brand, they started working, okay. So surely this kind of technologies are having a lot of future in the coming days, okay. And obviously we started seeing a lot of development in the field of artificial intelligence. It's already started, so definitely it's a successful one. In the coming days we will be seeing a lot of further developments, okay. This one also is going to give a lot of impact. Obviously we already started seeing, some people are saying that people will be losing jobs because of the artificial intelligence things, but again it's a very huge topic. A lot of people are already started discussing about the impact of AI, okay. Some people are afraid that they will be losing their job, but the fact is, from my understanding and most of the experts' opinion, is like it may not do much harm, okay. I'm talking about job perspective. Other perspectives are also there. We have to discuss them separately, okay. From job perspective, instead of putting our energy in doing jobs, we are making use of AI to do the job easily. That's the overall picture, okay. So maybe initially people who were working in their current role, they will be getting released from that job. Definitely they will be getting better jobs in terms of their financial or salary perspective, okay. But their workload will be less, okay. That is one thing. And another thing is a lot of economists are talking about universal basic income, okay. So if that is getting implemented, means surely you will be not losing your financial stuff, even if you lose your job, okay. So that means you will be getting the money without doing any work, okay. So you can put your efforts in some other useful things, okay. Already many cities started testing that concept. They are distributing money to the people, okay, so that everyone will be having money for their everyday livings, okay. And they will, I mean, they can do whatever they want. They need not do the job just for the sake of getting money, okay. That concept already started in many places as a pilot phase, okay. The researchers are studying the results and they are publishing their research reports in many journals, okay. I published some videos talking about that report also, but whenever I upload the video, I'm not giving my opinions. I'm just getting the news from the press releases or from the journals, and I'm just reading it, okay. So that's what my plan. I will be doing the video upload based on press releases, okay, and I am planning to share my opinions through live sessions. That's what my plan, okay. So I uploaded many videos talking about universal basic income, okay. Many places started exploring, and they're feeling that it is a good plan, okay. It will encourage everyone to use their own potential or passion effectively, instead of putting their efforts just for the sake of getting money, okay. That's a good concept, but some people are saying that it will discourage the working culture, that's thing, but they are talking just theoretical way, but a lot of pilot bases are saying that it's a successful model. People even if they need not work, definitely the human attitude is they're trying to showcase their knowledge or skills by doing hard work, okay. The motivation need not be the money, it may be a popularity or satisfaction. The various things are there, okay. Money is not the only thing. The pilot phases proved that concept, okay. So even if the AI is taking all our jobs, we need not worry about it, because the automation system will be doing the job. They will be creating the food, they will be creating dress, whatever we want they will be doing, okay. So then what is the need for doing our job, okay. So we can get all the facilities, and we can put your focus on creativity, other stuff. That was the concept, okay. It's not a simple concept, okay. We can do in the reverse also. Without implementing this one, it is very difficult to go further with the technical progress of AI. Because if people are afraid of AI, means definitely it will be a block for the development of AI, okay. So though the scientists are working hard in advancing with artificial intelligence, a lot of things are there going on: machine learning, deep learning algorithms, a lot of algorithm perspective, even some kind of hardware. Scientists are creating hardware, specific hardware for AI. A lot of steps are going on, okay. But if the people are not willing to accept the AI, then definitely it will be a major problem. So economists and scientists are working together to implement the universal basic income or any other solution for this problem, okay. A lot of countries are willing to accept that, and except few people, most of the people are happy with when doing that pilot study, okay. This is the AI. From technical perspective, AI is growing very fast. I visually recognize this change. When let me explain in detail. When I started uploading videos 10 years back in the YouTube channel, I used to spend a lot of time for adding subtitle for my videos, because my accent, I am from India, my accent will be difficult to understand for my target audience, because most of the audiences are from other countries, okay. So I used to add subtitles for all my videos, okay. So 10 years back I used to add the subtitle manually. After some years YouTube provided that automatic option by implementing the artificial intelligence machine learning algorithms, okay. But the problem is I had to spend a lot of time. It used to create the subtitle automatically, but because of my accent change, it found difficulty in framing the sentences automatically. Okay, so I have to again manually check all the text, and I had to do the corrections. Okay, again this process also took significant time. Okay, but step by step that algorithms got improved, and simultaneously their training data also improved, right? So basically artificial intelligence is working based on the training, right? So previously, but currently that concept is going very deeply. A lot of stuffs are there, but generally sometimes back that was the standard, right? So after uploading a lot of videos, it started recognizing my voice correctly. Okay, so that task of adding subtitle becomes very easy. So it doesn't mean that if YouTube is doing everything, I may not be doing work. So I spend my time for doing other activities like adding related video links, other stuff. Okay, so I believe the same concept is applicable for the whole picture, right? So if automation is going to take our current jobs, we will be putting our efforts for better stuff. Okay, so anyway, we are not going to lose the productivity, right? So it will be taken care by the automation stuff, right? So that's the thing. As I said previously, artificial intelligence, in the sense, it's a training process. So we have to first train the algorithm with a lot of data, then only it will start recognizing the stuff automatically. Okay, so for example, if it is if you are planning to develop a AI system for recognizing the pictures of cats, then you have to give a lot of sample cats picture, right? Say for example, if you want a system to separate the pictures of cat and dogs, then you have to say that this picture is cat, okay, that picture is dog. Like that, you have to label a lot of pictures, and then that algorithm will go through all the pictures, and internally it will develop a knowledge base based on that labeling and data feeding, right? Again, that was time-taking process. So recently, new algorithms, machine learning algorithms, a lot of deep learning algorithms. I'm not expert in that field, but I could understand the progress, right? So a lot of new algorithms are automatically labeling. We need not do anything. If you give the animals of all the pictures of all the animals, it will categorize. These are cats, these are dogs, and then they will train them automatically. And if you are giving a new dog picture, it will say that it is a dog. Okay, that's the advance currently going on. But in the future, scientists are trying to create a generalized artificial intelligence. Okay, so currently, even if you create some expert algorithm for one particular field, say for example, if you are developing an algorithm for robotics, it may not be useful for another field, for medical or something. Okay, so the expectation of the most of the people in that field is creating some general artificial intelligence. Okay, again, it is from technical perspective. Some people are afraid of that kind of development. Okay, they are afraid that that kind of development will enable the machines to overtake the humans. So again, this is a different topic. Okay, A lot of people are saying that it's not that much problem, but again we cannot just ignore that part, because people like Elon Musk are also talking about it. They started OpenAI, that kind of communities to basically control or regulate the development of artificial intelligence. Okay, so any kind of invention is having their own advantages and disadvantages. If we are not regulating properly, okay, we will be getting some problem. That's the obvious thing. Okay, so blindly we cannot say that it is good, it is bad, like that we cannot say that. Okay, as I said, in case of CRISPR gene editing also, it is also not only positive sides, it's having negative sides also, especially in that gene editing, gene drive, that kind of options are there. That means that editing, say for example, if we do the gene editing for one particular animal or any kind of thing, it will affect their generation also. That kind of editing also there. It will be, the editing will be passed to the next generation. So obviously it will be creating a lot of issues. Okay, that is a different topic. So what I'm trying to say, that whether it can be gene editing or artificial intelligence, the regulation and control is important. Okay, so it is about artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence, this concept is getting implemented in almost all the field. Natural language processing, like that in the Google assistant, voice charts like Siri. A lot of almost all the big businesses are making use of that technology. Okay, almost we are using it in everyday life. Okay, so it's a part of our life, but a lot of new stuff also going on. Some scientists are trying to create their own hardware, because though we are talking about artificial intelligence, that softwares, actually that software is taking a lot of like processing power. So obviously we will be spending a lot of energy, electrical energy, that kind of stuff for doing that process. Data centers are spending a lot of electric power for running the CPUs that do artificial AI processing. Okay, so to reduce that load, scientists are trying to create a specific hardware for AI. Okay, because it's again all are related only, because if you are having unlimited energy without any environment issue, means okay, we can just go with this current setup, like a software based setup. Okay, but the problem is, again, the main problem in the world right now is environmental problems, like climate change, that kind of thing, right? So it is very important to use the energy in the correct way. Okay, appropriate way. So scientists are giving importance to create a specialized hardware for AI, so that it can be energy efficient. Okay, and again, so whatever emerging technology we are talking, it cannot be successful alone. Okay, so it should grow along with the depending fields. That's how the current developments are going. For example, take this digital industrial revolution. We are having internet everywhere in the world, right? And we are seeing a lot of digital content in the internet, right? So all the banking process, insurance, almost medical, most of the industries are digitalized, correct? So assume that if internet that speed and that data processing capacity that are not developed, but the software related to the related application businesses are developed means no one is going to use it, right? Or assume that we are having fast internet connection and all the related supporting hardwares and other stuff, but we are not ready to implement the business software in the companies and other businesses means again there is no use of having internet. Or assume in the simple way, so that YouTube, that kind of platforms are there. Okay, so say for example YouTube is providing high speed application with a lot of features. Okay, but if the people are not having mobiles with the camera, then it is difficult for YouTube to get the content, right? Similarly, if the internet usage also not popular with the mobile means, again only few people will be using that platform. So less content and less customers means again that YouTube platform will be closed. Similarly, any kind of emerging technology, if they want to grow means they should grow along with the supporting fields. So whenever I'm talking about artificial intelligence, that same thing is applicable for that also. So even if the scientists or mathematicians are developing a lot of algorithms, or even if they are very effective or energy efficient, without proper hardware support, it's not going to help, right? Actually it was happen, that's what actually happened, because I was hearing about neural network, that stuff in the years of 96, 98, that time period. That time it's a main topic in almost all the media. But that time we were not seeing any major improvements, because the reason is very simple. That time the hardware setup and the other infrastructures are not ready to support that. Okay, say for example we should have some powerful server to run the algorithm, and we need a lot of people to feed the data. Okay, without these setups it's not useful just to have a powerful algorithm. Okay, even that mathematical models were developed many years ago, around 50-60 years back itself. A lot of mathematicians and scientists came up with powerful algorithms. Okay, but they were not useful that time. They are finding their real use these days only, all because of the latest developments in the hardware industry and other consumer data feeding capabilities. Okay, so the same thing is applicable for any other emerging fields also. For example, if the AI is, assume that if the AI algorithms and other all the stuffs are there, and if we are not providing enough efficient hardware without any energy constraint, it may not be much useful, right? So scientists are parallelly trying to develop other related fields also. For example, quantum computing is getting developed these days. We are seeing a lot of happenings, new discoveries or inventions in the field of quantum computing. Okay, mostly we will be seeing huge developments in coming years. That's what IBM and other pioneers in this field are saying. Okay, already a lot of companies are providing some kind of API kind of access to access their quantum computers, so that people can start learning the coding for that kind of computers. Okay, so that is one part. Another part is scientists are trying to develop computers, optical computers. Okay, currently the computers are using electric current, right? So it's a slow comparing to the light. Electric flow is slow, right? To improve the speed further, scientists are exploring the optical computers. Okay, we already have optical network, right? That is again, whenever you want to use the optical network connection, that optical signal needs to be processed with the help of electrical system only, right? So if everything is in optical mode means it will be very fast. So scientists are trying to achieve that part also. So whenever they are successful with these kind of developments, we will be seeing sudden improvements in the AI usage. Okay. Other than that, a lot of other steps, especially material science, is developing very quickly. Scientists are creating a lot of new materials. You might have heard about graphene, and a lot of nanomaterials are there. Graphene is becoming very popular. Actually, the inventors of the graphene got a Nobel Prize, and a lot of theoretical applications are getting developed, but we are not seeing any major commercial applications. But once the bottlenecks are solved means, definitely we will be seeing a lot of commercial applications of graphene. Okay, actually people are calling it as a wonder material. It's having unique properties like transparent, a lot of things, unbelievable properties. Okay, very lightweight but very hard, very flexible and strong. It's a rare combination of properties. Even scientists are trying to achieve the very opposing things like superconductor as well as insulator, that kind of properties. Okay, it's a very very unique thing. Okay, but the problem is with the creation of good quality graphene. A lot of graphene creation processes are there. Recently, simple processes were introduced, flash graphene. Okay, okay. Okay.